Hello, it's RobotnikIsSexy. Don't you just love it when you have a really good Pokemon battle, just out of the blue, just totally random, like you haven't had a battle all day. Someone casually asks you if you want a battle, and then you do it, and you have a fantastic time. This is one of those battles. It's a battle that I had on Facebook with the Pokemon Wi-Fi battles. One group, after talking to this person who wanted to add me as a friend who I didn't know, and it was really weird, and I'm like, dude, I don't know a single thing about you, and he or she was like, well, okay, well anyway, as you can see, he's using a sand team. I'm using my standard team that is not a weather team. It's my standard no weather team where I just use other guys who aren't weather guys but are still pretty good anyway. And I taunt his Registeel because I think to myself, even if he doesn't lead with Registeel, it's a pretty good lead. Mew, so yeah, can't go wrong. Big ball of glare and twirling around the camera because I'm trying to find that sweet spot, and I kind of have right here. This is going to be good enough for me for the rest of the battle. Alright, anyway, switch into Zoidberg on Landorus. Trying to scout what kind of Landorus it is. It's pretty obviously Choice Scarf, since it didn't take Life Orb damage, so yeah, he knows I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, because what does Dusclops do? It uses Will-O-Wisp. I Will-O-Wisp him, he Toxics me, and then I lay on the curse. And my goodness, Zoidberg is fun to use. Don't know why it's not OU yet, but I'm kind of glad because I'll probably stick him in a UU team sometime and torment someone even more with Curse, Pain Split, Nightshade, Will-O-Wisp. It's the cure-all to all the problems, unless they have a sub-up, which they don't. Well, actually, yeah, that's something I was thinking. I was really worried that he wasn't Scarfed and he was gonna sub in my face, like sub 3 attacks, because that would have, like, I would have probably gotten totally knocked around if that was the case, but it's a Choice Scarfer, so I can deal with it. Anyway, dies to burn damage and curse damage. I kind of predicted his Thunder Wave, Ball of Glare. There it is. Anyway, Tourette's. Yes, I kind of wanted him to kill me with Ironhead, but as you can see, he's 2 statuses. He's a Toxic Thunder Wave Stealth Rock dude. So that's cool, because I kind of predicted Thunder Wave. So, yeah, Scizor is like, he's not high speed at all, so that's no big deal, even though I probably will get paralyzed, and it will cost me the match, probably. But, you know, maybe it won't. You know, maybe I won't get that nasty 1/3 Parahex, and I will get to use Bullet Punch, you know? I mean, who knows? Going to Dirty Girl, he sees that coming by a light year, because he is training with Brock, and he knows, and even though Brock is blind. So, yeah, that U-turn plus Stealth Rock and Sandstorm damage pretty much almost takes out half my health, which is really bad. Scout to see what kind of Tracheon it is, but it doesn't really do me much good because I die to Stealth Rock, Poison, and Sandstorm damage, so it doesn't really tell me anything about this Tracheon. But I do get a free switch into Scizor, as you all know is, well, as you all know, it is very good to get a free switch into Scizor. I think he over-predicted me to switch out. I think he predicted me to switch, because I was pretty damn sure he was going to go into Skarmory, but I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll Bullet Punch a Skarmory. It's not going to be the end of the world, but he stays in, so he probably over-predicted me there. He was probably Choice Banded and was just ready to wreck my asshole. But he didn't, because I went for the straight play and just went with 4 Bullet Punch, and I did not get paralyzed, and I am way behind on narrating. He's got Swoop, which is like sweep, I guess, except not because it's so whoop, and I really appreciate that nickname. It's very nice. Conk Elder, as some people call it. I think it's called Conk Elder. I can take a +2 bullet punch from a scissor. That's how big of a badass I am. I make kind of a bad move, but it doesn't really matter because I get a free switch anyway. But I was like, hey, he's going to set up spikes. I'm going to drain punch and get some of my health back. Her-de-der. And then Skarmory, another funny nickname. He's like, no way, dude. Brave Bird on your face. And so, yeah. Get a free switch into Mew, who is pretty much totally walling his guys, because I'm just going to roost spam here. I do predict him to continue Brave Birding, because I know that he knows that I know that he knows that I have taunt. Okay, we're just going to put it that way. He knows I have taunt. The best scenario happens. I get to roost a couple times, and he whirlwinds me out, which is fine. And he whirlwinds me out into Hydreigon, which is bad luck. I'm not sure about whirlwind mechanics. If you send them out into a very specific Pokemon or not. I know there are some attacks that do that, but I don't know much about that, so I don't know. I'm just going to call it bad luck, and that is hideously bad luck. Good luck for me, though. Get that burn on Tyranitar, who is kind of threatening my team, because Hydreigon can't really touch it, and every time he comes in, I'm going to have to switch out and take entry hazard damage and whatever attack Tyranitar wants to do. But because it's burned, I can take attacks better, which is good. Roost on the switch, because Mew is a bastard, and I think I'm going to switch out, or not? Right. He's going to U-turn. Excuse me, does a hefty chunkle to me, and I transform on the switch like I like to do, as I like to do with Mew. I love transforming on the switch, and I am a gambling fool, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna coin flip to see if I win the speed tie, and I don't. Flip the tails. It's not that big of a deal because he's burned, but if he wasn't burned, I would have just revenge killed him, so it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I predict him to U-turn me on, U-turn on me, and I'm like, hey, I can take that, but see, I didn't want to switch into Hydreigon, because if he U-turned on Hydreigon, it would probably do almost all his life, because Landorus is a freaking amazing man. I predict Skarmory to come in like a boss, because I know he's Choice Scarfed into Earthquake, which, yeah, that's probably the easiest prediction in the universe. Even if he stayed in, used Earthquake wouldn't work, and I would have just used Fire Blast over and over. I make a play. This is the game-making play here. I was so sure that I was going to miss my second Fire Blast that I was like, hey, I'm just gonna send out Scizor, and yep, that is the match. I'm out of time. Oh, goo.